Hello everyone. Hello, welcome to the stream. Today I'm going to be attempting to do a fun little rewrite for Jujutsu, and we'll just see how it goes. Really, honestly, just gonna be attempting to rewrite let's say like the last quarter of JJK, and it'll just be like bullet points, so I won't be like drawing or anything like that. Nothing crazy, nothing too crazy. And I know there was this other rewrite, Jujutsu no Kaisen. Still have not read it, but people said it's bad, so I don't even feel like reading that anyways. But yeah, it's gonna be based on a theme, and the theme of the stream, or the theme of the rewrite, is what if it was cliche, like really cliche, like I'm talking super predictable, and then everything is like even casuals could guess what's gonna happen next, or maybe not. We'll see if I'm crazy enough, or if my ideas are too crazy to the point where they're not predictable anymore. But I was just looking through some old theories and stuff, and I was like, oh, this was pretty good back then, this is pretty good, this is pretty good, and I have like kind of an idea of where I think I would want this cliche rewrite to go. So we're gonna be attempting just that. So yeah, I have a Microsoft Word document open here, and I can just write in it, just, write whatever. It's cool. We'll just do it like that. First I want to change the font to, let's change the font to Comica Hand. That's a cool one. I think that'll do fine. Just start with that. And yeah, if you guys have anything you want to say, or you have questions, just let me know in the chat. It's gonna be a chill stream, nothing too crazy, just kind of casual, chilling. And I'm also gonna join a voice channel on Discord, so if any of the people who want to join stream, who I have on Discord, want to, then they can also join in. So I joined that channel, and yeah, let's get started. So let's write the title. So again, the title is Jujutsu Kaisen if it was CLICHÉ. Alright, and then the first thing what I would change is, because I'm going to be changing it from chapter 221 onwards. So I think the first thing that I would change is probably something to do with Kashimo. So I think Kashimo was pretty, I don't know, he was kind of a letdown, honestly. I expected more from him because he was kind of a smoke demon, but then he didn't even end up going first in the fight in Shinjuku. So what I would have is that Kashimo tries to sneak Sukuna during the time skip because he can't, he can't wait this long. So that was a thing that I was kind of expecting him to do, kind of expecting him to run off on his own. And in the end, what actually ended up happening in the story is that he just went after Gojo, but he went in alone, which ultimately meant that he kind of did nothing. All he did was force the one-time revival, but pretty much anyone could have done that. And if he worked in a team, he could have done more damage. So I thought it would be cool if he would kind of parallel Mahito in a way, because not Mahito, Mekamaru. Because something that I noticed with the Mekamaru versus Mahito fight was that, like aside from him potentially already being able to set up different ways of how he could have gotten out of it. Something else that I noticed was that he whittled Mahito down quite a lot, but in the end, he didn't really amount to anything within that fight. He didn't like make it so that Mahito was weaker during Shibuya, because Mahito still had a week to recuperate. And I thought it would be cool if what Kashimo does is like essentially the same thing. So it should parallel Metamaru. Right? That he's just like, what he's doing is kind of futile. And then something else what I would do is I would like hard confirm, it was alluded to here and there that this was the case, but it was never confirmed. So I would just like hard confirm the double binding vow that he has. Hard confirm his double binding vow. And just make him OP. Yeah, that's what I would do. So yeah, this way, because the double binding vow is essentially, you know, he can only use this technique once, which technically is a binding vow, and he can only use it against Sukuna, which also is a self-imposed binding vow, technically, right? So just hard confirm those two things, and that is why he is boosted to such a high degree. And this way, you could kind of have him be as crazy as he is in terms of power scaling and stats and whatever, and it would not mess with the narrative, it would not mess with the power scaling, it would not mess with a lot of things that I think he currently kind of does. So that would kind of fix that. So I would do that. And then the next thing that I would change is we'll skip ahead to the Gojo fight. And so I would have it that during Gojo's opening Hollow Purple, that, wait for it, Nobara uses resonance on the finger to mess up Sukuna's ability to protect himself. So this would go in addition to everything that did happen. So like Ichichi making the barrier, and that kind of messing up Sukuna's timing. And then I would have him like he's blocking the Hollow Purple, and then while he's blocking it, boom, resonance. He gets hit with it, and then it because it breaks his stance, he has more trouble blocking the Hollow Purple, and he just takes more damage overall. And then this would force Sukuna to use his one-time revival. This forces Sukuna to use his one-time revive on versus Gojo. And the reason why I say that is because, not because he needed to necessarily in the fight originally, because he still has RCT and all that stuff, but if he wants to save his output, then it would be smarter to go for the revive here. And then you actually get the fated battle between the Heian era form of Sukuna versus Gojo, because what we actually ended up getting in the manga was that it was like the Meguna version versus Gojo. I don't know, I wasn't really messing with that. I wasn't really messing with that. Someone's gonna join the stream. Other one. Yeah, so if you have him versus the Heian form of Sukuna, I think that would be cooler. It was kind of set up that way, that he would do it in his true form. So that's cool. Let's see. So yeah, he would use his one-time revive versus Gojo. And then also, I would have it that he does not lose the 10 shadows because of this. Doesn't lose the 10 shadows for no reason.
Are you talking to yourself?
Yo, Burn, what's up? You want me to stream the thing what I'm writing in so you can see it in real time?
Yeah, that'd be lovely. Cause I don't have your stream open.
Alright, bet. Hold on, give me a sec. It's this one. Alright, you should be able to see it now, I think.
Jujutsu Kaisen. I fit was cliche.
Oh, that's
What
a typo.
the hell?
If it was cliche. Alright. So what I have up until now is that Kashimo tries to sneak Sukuna during the time skip instead of that he goes after Gojo. And then I would have him confirm the double binding vow, just make him more OP. And then it would parallel Mekamaru because Mekamaru fought Mahito and it amounted to nothing. And I would have that be the same. And then during the opening Hollow Purple, Nobara uses Resonance on the finger to mess up his ability to protect himself. And then that would force Sukuna to use his one-time revive earlier versus Gojo, and then he doesn't lose the 10 shadows. And then what I would add here for this part is I would reveal that Gojo wanted to postpone his fight for a month to set up as many grimy plans as possible. Because originally I thought it was so weird. Why would Gojo choose to put the fight off for a month? And then we never really got to see why he would do that. What was his intention there? Because for Sukuna, it's obvious. At that point in time, he was still at 16 fingers. So then during the time skip, he wanted to eat the final remaining 3 fingers. And he also wanted to eat the mummy head. So that was how he got to full power. Right? And for Kenjaku, he kind of alludes to why he wants to postpone the fight. Because he says that Sukuna still has to do something for him. But he never says what that is. And it's never revealed either. But whatever. Kenjaku has a reason to want to postpone the fight. But for Gojo, we never really get a reason.
Maybe he postponed it so that he could train to go all out against Sukuna, because we know that if he didn't mentally train, he wouldn't have been able to go all out.
That's fair. That's true. But I don't know. It's like, did that really need a month? That's what I'm saying. Also, welcome to the chat. I don't know if I'm saying your name correctly. I think it's, I don't know, it ends on key. Hello, writing is already Pikachu. Thank you. I was gonna say home key, but I don't know if that's the kanji for home. Oh, he says, wasn't he also training Yuji and Yuta? Yeah, he was, but initially when he went up to Kenjaku and Sukuna, he didn't know whether or not any of his students were still alive. So he's just kind of assuming that they are at that point, I guess.
I feel like you have confidence in his students to be alive, especially Yuta.
Yeah, fair.
Well, Yuta and Yuji specifically.
Ah, it's Miki. Okay, the name is Miki. I thought it was Honki, but Miki. Okay, cool.
Also, very interesting that you want Sukuna to go in his true form immediately.
Yes.
Because
Because I found it was really disappointing that he never got to fight Gojo.
That's fair, I guess.
Also, let me know if Burnt's audio is good, or if it's like too low, if mine is too high. Let me know, guys, if it needs adjusting. But moving on.
More the quality of my mic. I'm in the car at the moment.
Oh, that makes sense.
was bored, so I was like, I'm gonna talk to Shiny since he's in VC.
So let's see. We have these first 3 points, and then this is a big change. Gojo beats Sukuna regardless. Yes, very big change, because I know initially when and this was kind of my own train of thought as well, when the series was still coming out, people were like, Gojo has to lose because otherwise there is no main character moment for Yuji, right? So for the plot to move on properly, he needed to lose.
I don't know why, like, I might just be like psychopath or something for this, but I like that Gojo died. I wish that they were more angry about his death though, because they're all staying cool, calm, and collected in the fight. It would have been better if they were like furious, trying to kill Sukuna as hard as they could.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I like it too, but I don't know, just for like the super cliche theme of the stream, we're gonna make it so that he does beat Sukuna. And then I would have 2 routes. So the first route is that Sukuna does learn the world cutting slash. So Sukuna learns the world slash, cuts Gojo, and then we enter the Sukuna cycle. So everyone jumps in, and then everyone has their little their little moments versus Sukuna.
Oh, I'm kind of liking this actually. Like, what is it called? They like how Akari and Yuta said that they would step in if Gojo were
Exactly.
weaker than both of them.
Exactly.
So then they would step in, and then Gojo would be like, "Wow, they're strong enough to fight beside me." It'd be like a full circle.
Facts. And so I would have it that while they're doing the Sukuna cycle, wait, actually, yeah, so the first route is that he learns the world slash, cuts Gojo, so he wins the battle, but he doesn't win the war. And here's the kicker. While the Sukuna cycles are going on, instead of Yuta then hopping into Gojo's body, what's happening in the background now is that Utahime is boosting Shoko with her curse technique, and Shoko is healing Gojo, and then you also have Amai healing, and Yuta's also healing, and everyone's working real hard to heal Gojo in the background. And then what I would then have is, like, after all the little Sukuna cycles, I would have Yuji together with Gojo. So Yuji and Gojo would team up and beat Sukuna.
That'd be pretty sick.
You see what Miki said? I disagree with Gojo being able to win. I think the reason why Sukuna used 10 shadows was because he wanted to use Mahoraga and otherwise would have made a different plan and won anyway. Though this is cliche, so it's alright. Yeah, I agree with that sentiment. But I will address one point at a later point in this rewrite. I have some bullet points-ish for things that I want to tackle. And what you said was one of them. And that was the reason why Sukuna wanted the 10 shadows. Because initially, when he wanted Megumi, which was, what was it, chapter 12? I don't know if off the top of my head, but at the detention center, right? He doesn't know about Mahoraga yet. He doesn't know about Mahoraga's ability. And yet, at that point in time, he already wants Megumi. So, to me...
I mean, he might have known about Mahoraga. We don't know if he had prior knowledge of...
No, he didn't. He didn't have prior knowledge because in Shibuya he's testing out Mahoraga's abilities. He had no idea about the adaptation. In Shibuya he compares it to Yamato no Orochi. So the way how I interpret it, maybe I'm wrong, right? I could be wrong. Maybe I just missed some lines or something. But the way how I interpret it was that the 10 Shadows has something that he wants, but that we don't know about, or that he I don't know, bro. Like, let's see what he said. Miki says, wasn't that because he wanted to leave Yuji's body? Yes, but why specifically Megumi? He could have left him for anyone, right?
Well, I mean, not everyone is capable of handling Sukuna. We know that Yuji and Megumi are the only ones that we know of that can.
Yeah, but that's a gamble. Anyway,
I mean, if I were Sukuna, I'd rather gamble than be trapped in a kid's body for the rest of his life.
That's true. Anyway, so the second route that I have is that Sukuna is unable to learn the World Cutting Slash. I don't know which one I would go with, but, you know, it is what it is. He's unable to learn the World Cutting Slash, and Gojo beats Sukuna to a point where he loses. I think this is a little bit more cliche, but it's probably a bit worse. So I don't know which one I would choose. What are you thinking?
Personally, I like the one where he develops it more, because then there's a better moment for the main cast to shine, because then Sukuna can actually attack Gojo normally, and then it'd be easier to get Gojo weak enough that Yuta and Hikari would be on his level, so then they'd jump in.
Ah, right.
Like, I don't want to be left out, so he joins in as well because he despises Sukuna.
Okay. Yeah, I guess in that aspect, Route 1 is pretty cliche as well, so that fits. And then after Gojo beats Sukuna, the obvious thing is that Gojo would go to Uraume and Kenjaku and beat them with ease, right? That's the obvious thing right there. So Gojo takes care of Uraume, Kenjaku with ease. It's kind of the easy
I have a really cliche idea.
Tell me.
Okay, so Sukuna learns the World Cutting Slash. He starts harassing Gojo. Gojo gets weak. Yuta and Yuta. You said that oh my god, my brain is malfunctioning. You said that Kashimo fought Sukuna during the time skip, right? So he's dead already.
Yeah.
Okay, so then Hikari doesn't have to promise to keep it anymore. I don't want Hikari to be there. I know that he would he'd jump in, obviously, go to the teacher, but I don't like it. I guess he'd just be on the side, Maki and Hikari could be on the side, and then Yuji and Yuta jump in, they fight with Gojo. Gojo's like, oh my goodness, look at my students, how much they've grown. They've risen to the level of my power together without the crippling loneliness. And then Sukuna gets a second wind. He's going crazy. He opens his domain expansion, and then Yuta and Gojo let Yuji open his domain expansion to counteract Sukuna's, because they think that his would be the best counter or something. And then Yuji, his domain, overpowers Sukuna. I don't really I guess slashes him to pieces. He becomes a blob, and then there's a panel of all three of them standing together, doing a hug, and then they say, that was truly my Jujutsu Kaisen, and the story ends.
Oh, that's pretty good. I think a lot of that can just fit into the Sukuna cycles, so it's fine, honestly. Right? But yeah, I think that would kind of fall in line with Route 1, except just in more details, because I just mentioned Sukuna cycles here, but I didn't say what. I think it would just kind of go similar to what you're saying or what happened in the manga. It doesn't really matter, but yeah. Miki says, just want to say Sukuna being incapable to learn the World Cutting Slash would be inconsistent too. Just because you're writing cliché shouldn't mean that the universe rules change, in my opinion. Yeah, that's true, I guess. So I guess Route 1 is the better route.
I mean, it all depends on how hard Gojo fights, because if he doesn't fight as hard, if in Route 1, he's more bloodlusted and wants to kill Sukuna even harder, then it wouldn't get to the point where he learned the world cutting slash, because it's like all the way at the end of the fight. Like that's what ends the fight. So if Gojo like tries harder and kills Sukuna earlier, he never learned it, obviously.
Yeah, because something about the world cutting slash is it has to do with Mahoraga adapting to infinity. But the thing is, if Gojo turns infinity off, even after the first adaptation, he's not going to try and adapt further because there's no infinity to adapt further to. So I guess while yes, in universe Sukuna's what did you call it? Yeah, the rules don't necessarily need to change, but if Gojo changes his approach, then the outcome does change too. Right? But yeah, it's a small thing. It's a small thing. Yeah, so let's see. Back to the story. Gojo takes care of Urame and Kenjaku with ease, and then the follow-up is that Yuji separates how do I spell this best? Separates Megumi and Sukuna. And then I would have it that it's kind of the same as what happened. Yuji asks if Sukuna wants to go back to Yuji, and he declines, just like in the manga. Oh my god, I can't type. And declines. And then, like you said just now, the blob kuna or poo kuna, whatever you want to call it, is the result. And then in brackets, I'll put for now, because it'll come up later, I hope. We'll see if I get to that. And then I would kind of do, again, the same thing as what Gege did. Like a week time skip or a few days, I don't know. Something along those lines. Let's do 1 week skip. I think that's fair. And then we go back to Megumi. So Megumi wakes up and reunites with Nobara and Yuji. But here's another change that I would make. They notice that Megumi has changed.
Oh, I'm fucking with this already.
So the route that I would go is I don't know if you knew it, but there was like this huge theory that Megumi was going to go like he was going to be evil after Sukuna left his body, and I would
like
delve deeper into that.
And Gojo hit him with domain, all that, and his brain is like fucked.
Yeah. So I would go into
Honestly,
that.
I don't know how he's normal after that.
I'm saying.
Like, he killed his sister, basically. He attacked all of his friends, hurt his friends, killed his mentor, and then got hit with unlimited void. His brain, optimistically, his brain should be mush.
Yeah. So he's changed. He's not the same Megumi as before. And I think it would be funny if he became even worse. If he became worse than before. Also, if anyone is new in chat but hasn't commented or talked yet, and you want me to give a small little recap or just like scroll upwards and so that you can pause and read, let me know so that I can do that for you guys. It's a small little thing, it's not an issue.
Oh yeah, and for everyone that's in chat that I know doesn't know me, I am the main character in himself.
Okay. You're the main character? But yeah, so
yes.
I would pick up after the time skip, and then Gojo would still be alive to privately give the speeches. And then all the, because he was gonna give speeches to everyone, but instead he was only able to give it to Yuji, and then he had to give letters to Megumi and Nobara because he wasn't sure if he'd ever speak to them again. But this time he gets to actually talk to them after the fact. I have a minor change that I was expecting for Megami to go through was having to restart 10 shadows from the beginning, like only having to. Oh, that's cool. I never thought of that, but that's cool. That's cool. But yeah, Gojo gives his speeches to the trio about what was originally in the letters. Yuji got a speech of choosing a different path of strength, and Nobuta's letter was about her mom, and Megami's was about his dad. Just put that in brackets so people know what I'm talking about. Fairly simple so far. Fairly simple. And then, so this is what I was talking about just now. So the first thing is the bath, right? The bath ritual supposedly sunk Megami's soul closer to evil. So, you know, that's kind of a hint at him possibly becoming evil. So you have the bath. And then he lost Tsumiki, his stepsister. The only person that he actually cared about and that he was trying to save, etc. The person that he dedicated his last, 2 years of his life towards. I found it really weird how in the manga, he just kind of was like, okay, it didn't work out, I'm gonna protect Hana now. It was like, he didn't even learn from it, he just like moved in a circle. That was his whole character arc. It was kind of weird to me. So I'm like, let it actually affect him, let it have some long-lasting consequences. So then the bath, losing Tsumiki, and then Sukuna's mental influence. Plus, because now he knows that Gojo killed Koji. So Gojo killing Koji, thus messing up his life, makes Megami turn evil. So it's like a combination of all these things piling on. Sounds cliche, right? Everyone was expecting it. And then, after everyone's recuperated, etc., or maybe not even, but you know, you had a little time skip. So Megami fights Gojo in anger. He's mad. He wants revenge. He wants to take all of his pressure out on someone. I feel like if Megami would have become evil in a cliche type of way, he would have become a weird half cursed spirit, half evil sorcerer, because bath plus Sukuna dying in his body. Okay. Maybe become more animalistic too. Okay, animalistic, I like that. We can incorporate that. So yeah. After Gojo killed Sukuna's Mahoraga, because I'm leaving that unchanged, he still gets the unlimited purple off and whatever. So after Gojo kills Sukuna's Mahoraga, Megami made the rabbits inherit its power.
Oh dear.
Maho rabbits. Or Maho rabbits. I don't know. Dude, it's like a tongue twister. I can't even say it. And then another thing that a lot of people were thinking was gonna happen was that, you know how Megami has trouble opening his domain the whole series?
Yeah.
He's like really bad at it. He can't figure out how to close the domain, etc. Well, now he has the Sukuna muscle memory, right? And he has the Sukuna knowledge. And Sukuna is a master of open domains. So everyone was thinking that Megami completes his domain and kills Gojo with adapted pure hit Maho rabbits.
I don't like this. going. I think it's gone a bit off the rails.
Dude, I'm telling you, this could either be really good or it could be really bad.
Honestly, it needs to be more like the ending of Demon Slayer. Like all of them, they band together, they kill the big bad, and then it gets to like a while, and then everyone's together, all that, and then there's like a prologue series like 20 years later when they all have kids.
Oh boy. I mean, we kind of already got that, but it wasn't in details.
I know, but it was terrible.
I know.
We need to have like the Demon Slayer one where like you see all the kids and everything, like you see the reincarnations of Obanai and Mitsuri in their shop together and all that. Like that stuff.
I miss
like
that.
you need to have a thing where a reincarnated Megumi and a reincarnated Tsukumi are going to school. You need to have Yuji teaching his son how to box, all that.
That's
perfection.
Fair enough. What else? So he completes his domain and then kills Gojo. And then something else that I would keep from the manga, but then just kind of like move it forward a bit, is the Gojo death scene with him at the airport and whatever. And I would keep that in. It was a shocking chapter, but it was good. I hate to say it, but it was good. So.
Oh, I loved it.
Gojo final speech about him being happy he lost. And then I would also make like a kind of an obvious Shibuya parallel. Because when he got sealed in Shibuya, he was like, oh, the next generation's got it from here. I trust you guys. I believe in you guys. I would do something like that too. So Harry's like happy that he lost, finally. And he's happy that the next generation is finally up to par. They've surpassed him and they can take care of all their problems from here without relying on him. So I would do something like that. Oh, let's see what Miki says. I think I want to see a Maho Rabbit drawing to decide if I like it or not. If the design is good, it could be really cool. Rabbit escape could have some meaning in him escaping his suffering. Ooh, that's fire. Rabbit escaping your suffering. That's crazy. That's crazy. I was just thinking like, you know how Maharaga has the wings? Make those come out of the eye sockets, give him the wheel, and then also the sword with positive energy as like maybe a tail or something. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, but give him like aspects of Mahoraga and then turn him small, but like a little bit bigger than the normal rabbits. But then it doesn't matter because you can create 1,000,000 of them anyways, and they still all have the same amount of power as a totality would. Obvious. I did not spell that correctly. Obvious Shibuya. Okay. That's it. Okay. So where do you think I should go from here? Because I already have something in mind, but I want to hear what you think, Burnt.
I think just the final speech should be a parallel. Fuck. So Gojo's dead. He's been murdered by Megumi.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should resurrect Toji again.
Again?
By Megumi. He gotta fit something again.
What? Dude, that reminds me of the picture that I posted in chat. Where was it? Let me see if I can put it on stream. Can I put it on stream?
Nah, I'm just kidding. They should revive Gojo again. He should be
Dude,
the honored one
small
squared.
side tangent. Let me see. Oh, I want to put this on stream. Save image.
Shiny, who's your favorite character in Jujutsu Kaisen?
It used to be Megami, and now it's like Yuji. Well, no, it was Gojo for a while, because he's what got me into JJK. And then it was Megami, and now it's Yuji. Oh, let's see if I can put it on stream. Downloads. I think this is it. Dude, this image. Fight a bloodlusted clone of yourself, or fight your dad in his prime. Dude, Megami is cooked either way, bro. A bloodlusted clone of yourself is just gonna spawn Maharaga. Yeah. He's gonna spawn Maharaga, and then he doesn't beat Toji. Dude. You're cooked.
Shiny, which one are you picking?
Me? You mean in real life, or if I was Megami?
In real life.
My dad, bruh.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely taking my dad. My
Dude.
dad. If you really think about it, your dad's the only option. Because a bloodlusted you, it would see a clone of itself and be like, this is probably like a dream or something. I'm gonna just kill this guy.
I know.
Then your dad, he'd be hesitant to kill a person unless your dad's just like a fucking serial killer.
Exactly, and
I just go all out on my
the fight your dad one, it doesn't say that he's bloodlusted, so he can just end the fight if he wants to. It's not like he has to fight me. What?
The shit out of it. I'm kicking my father in the balls.
Okay, bro.
Nah, yeah. Bro, like if you really think about it, he's not bloodlusted. He like probably doesn't even really want to fight. So I'm gonna just be like, all right, man, all right, I concede. We shake hands, like kick him in the testicles. He's on the ground, boom, kick until he's unconscious.
Dude, I just realized that my chat isn't even showing up in on stream. Why is that? Let me fix that. Why is it not showing up on stream? Come on.
No streamer. No. Better.
What is going on? Copy. Paste. Why is it not showing up? The heck? I'm so confused right now. Hold on.
What are you doing?
Yeah, my chat is not showing up in on the OBS. Usually I have like the chat box. Okay,
well, I think it also means you're not only focused on murder and not homes.
Hold on, let me. I
if you were able to keep your nerves in check, you could probably win against yourself. I don't know though. Like, it's so much easier to kill a person who's not going for the kill. Like, if someone's bloodlusted, like, they probably won't even care about getting hit. They're just trying to murder you. A person, they don't want to get hurt. They got a family at home. They don't really want to fight. Like, if you're bloodlust, like if you're just like a crack fiend attacking me, I don't really want to deal with that.
Let me see if it changes if I refresh the page.
Yo, Shiny, after this, we should do one of your tier lists that you consistently get wrong.
No, bro, those are for the yearly tier list, bro.
Yearly is crazy.
Yes, they are yearly.
Well, you should do that. You should do that monthly. I need to argue with more
Monthly,
people.
dude. Oh, okay. The chat showed up now. Okay, cool. I fixed it. I think I just needed to refresh the page or something. Anyways, let's continue. Let's continue. Where was I? Oh yeah, so Megumi killed
You were
Gojo.
at Oji being revived again.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Also, I missed this
Alright,
chat.
fine.
Maybe
Gojo
it
getting
could be
revived
more
again.
cliche to have only certain rabbits be the core of Rabbit Escape that you need to destroy to be. No, that's how it actually works in canon. There's one rabbit and he has a seal. You know how like the 10 shadows have like a symbol on each animal? Well, the rabbit actually has a seal. It was revealed in a volume extra. I don't know why Gege never said this in the series, but yeah, if you destroy that one rabbit, then all of them die. So yeah, there is a core. But Megumi usually keeps that one in his shadow, so you can't reach it anyway. Okay. So the next thing that I would have revealed is about Kenjaku. So Kenjaku's already dead at this point, right? But then after the fact, we're gonna go back in time via flashback or whatever, and we're going to reveal that during the 1 month time skip, Kenjaku passed on the authority to start the merger to Megumi. You feeling that? You feeling it?
My Discord's hating me. Give me a
Oh.
second.
I was like, I thought you were thinking like really long what to say.
Hold on. My mother needs me to go get something out of the car. So
Oh, okay, take your time.
while I'm gone.
Alright. So, basically the idea that I was going with here is, in the series, again, I said this earlier in the stream, Kenjaku alludes to that he needs Sukuna to do something during the time skip, but he doesn't actually show what he does. And so, I would have Kenjaku already transfer the authority during the time skip, and that way it would actually make sense of why he still needed Sukuna to not die on the spot. Because let's say Gojo fought Sukuna on the island near the Mariana Trench where he got unsealed. Let's say he fought him there, and Sukuna was at 16 fingers at the time. If he loses, Kenjaku has no insurance for himself. Gojo beats him too. So I think in order for Kenjaku to safely make sure that his plan comes into fruition, he would have passed on the merger authority to Megumi. Because, you know, Megumi's the body that Sukuna was in. That's how that works. So, let me write this real quick. Kenjaku passed on the authority, starts the merger. Okay. What would you have the merger be? That is a great question. Why? Because the next point is that Megumi starts the merger. We can't have, or at least we can, because Gege obviously did it, but in my opinion, if we set up something, we gotta see it through. We can't have a smoking gun and there be no bullet, right? I wanted to see the merger. I was curious to see what would happen. So I would make it that if it's cliche and everyone's expecting the merger, just give him the merger. And what would the merger be? Well, the merger, it's something new entirely. Something that we haven't seen before. So, we know that cursed spirits and human beings can be a hybrid of sorts. Look at Choso, right? Choso was born from a cursed spirit. his mom and Noritoshi Kamo. Right, those are his genetics. He has 3 parents, technically 4, but we don't talk about that. But so we know it's possible for flesh and curse to become one, right? And I would have the merger be the next step to that, because when Kenjaku is fighting Choso, he's like, oh, you know, I was trying to evolve you guys, and you guys were kind of disappointing. You didn't really become what I wanted you to become. And I would just have the merger be the next step to that. Make the merger a new entity in its entirety. And it would be like a cursed spirit manifested through flesh and bones. So let's see what you said. Maybe the giant skeleton yokai, the one that everyone theorized would be the Megami Domain expansion, fuses with the merger. Oh, the Gashadoku. Oh, okay. I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking more like it starts out as like a blob. It's like flesh, but it's also cursed at the same time. It's like a blob, and it's kind of rampaging. It's in its birth stage. It's like a baby. It doesn't really know what it's doing. And as time goes on, it evolves very quickly. That's kind of what I was thinking. Something like catastrophic, but not based on an existing yokai. Maybe like inspiration from I don't know if you guys have read it, but Tokyo Ghoul Re. In the end, there's also like this huge, gigantic monster, and it's not what anyone predicted it to be. And Kenjaku himself, he thinks that, you know, the monster could be like some giant centipede thing. It's still gonna be giant, but it's not gonna be what he thought it would be. So it still subvert expectations, but at the same time still be exactly what people think it might be. I don't know if that's good or not, but you know. So it starts out an uncontrollable blob and keeps morphing. Like it's evolving. And then so the merger's like growing, it's getting smarter, it's evolving, but it's still rampaging in its early stages. And because of that, the merger kills Megami in the process of its rampage. So he gets what he deserves. He finally gets to go see Sumiki, and you know, every single time in the series that he tried pulling out Mahoraga, he was kind of essentially suicidal in a way. And this was his ultimate suicidal move. And it came to bite him back in the butt. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if it's bad, but yeah. Let's see. I don't know if it's good or if it's bad, but yeah, he gets killed in the process. And then we have like Gojo's dream, so the next generation, and they fight the merger. But the merger is kind of proving to be too much. That's what you said. Also, I just remembered the Cursed Realm. Megami Domain expansion could be a sort of portal. Cursed stuff always shows up as black and inky like his Shadow Shikigan. Now, I was thinking of that too. How could I incorporate the Cursed Realm into this? But I wasn't able to come to any good ideas. I don't know. I like the Cursed Realm as a concept, but I don't know how I would incorporate that into the story. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's just shown once and mentioned once, and it's never touched on ever again. I believe that part of it was also a mistranslation. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, I still want to know, like, how did he get everyone out of the Koingen barriers? Did that not have anything to do with the Curse Realm? I don't know. But yeah, the next gen fights the merger, but they lose very quickly. And it's not like they all die necessarily, but they do lose. Because he's like the merger's like a new entity. He doesn't really fight like conventional sorcerers, and conventional methods of fighting don't really hurt him. Because you need to be able to harm the soul, and Yuji's the only one that can do that. So, once wasn't Sukuna talking to Mahito in the curse room? Oh, right. I thought that was just the afterlife. I thought that was just the afterlife where they were talking to each other. But it could be the cursed realm. Because we see Sukuna walking away with Uraume in the epilogue as well. So it could be the cursed realm. They had like a similar walk as in the last chapter. I don't know. Could be. As far as I'm aware, the cursed realm was only in the chapter where he took Sasaki out of the barrier. Yuji's middle school friend. But yeah, it could be that was the cursed realm. I don't know. It's really vague. Okay, so this is another plot point that I think was it was brought up and then it was tossed aside very quickly, and that is the plot point of the foreign militaries. So they invade Japan during the Culling Games, and they're looking for energy sources or whatever, right? They're looking to do research on these Japanese citizens who have cursed energy. And Kenjaku kind of sold them a fake or bad dream. He made them all risk their lives and enter the games to fuel the games, essentially, the barriers for the merger. In reality, the merger didn't end up happening, but in this story, it does. So, the military plot point, even in the normal story, it still is kind of unresolved. You know, Maki says that they're gonna eventually have to use Hana and Yuji to separate all the Culling Game players and from the reincarnated players, the vessel and the cursed objects. And the military thing is not really ever brought up. She says that they're gonna have to get back these people eventually, but I don't know, that's like a one-liner. You can't wrap up like a big storyline like that in one line. So, hold on, let me take a sip of water. What I would have here is that the foreign nations are obviously observing Japan constantly because of the games and because of their interests in the new energy sources and whatnot. And the whole world is kind of looking on now. So they see this merger. Usually with cursed spirits, you can't see them until you attain cursed energy. But because the merger is kind of a hybrid of flesh and curse, normal people can now also see the merger. And these foreign nations are scared off by the merger. Boom, you just wrapped up a huge plot line in one fell swoop. In fact, that's wrapping up 2 plot lines. That's wrapping up 3 plot lines in one fell swoop. Boom, they're scared off. You don't need to ever cover that ever again. Right? Scared off, wouldn't they nuke it? I mean, they could too, but if, you know, the merger survives the nuke, what are these foreign nations gonna do? You know. They could nuke it, yeah, we could put that in the story, actually. That's a pretty good addition. But yeah, what do these nations have that's better than a nuke? Because Sukuna alone was like able to cause nukes with his domain and Fuga. And the merger would be like magnitudes more powerful than Sukuna. So I think surviving a nuke is it's fairly possible. We can add that. We can add that. Add that in. I like that actually. They try to nuke it, but fail. Small little thing, but it helps. And here's where I'm kind of unsure where to take this story. I don't know. I get why Gege had such a hard time wrapping it up, because once you start going with a certain direction, it becomes harder to wrap it up. But yeah. By the way, what do you think Sukuna and the other reincarnated players thought of nukes when they got memories of the people? Dude, that's such a good question. I don't know. That's such a good question. Because they clearly inherit the memories. And that's how, like, Reggie knew about nukes and stuff.
Why would they be worried about nukes? They're planetary. They can just tank them.
Who's planetary?
All the hay and air sorcerers.
Who is lying to you?
I mean, Sukuna said
Sukuna?
to have the power to destroy the world.
Yeah, but world in
one
Japanese does
finger.
not refer to planet. It refers to society.
He took his life right the entire planet, which is still pretty impressive. It's better than a nuke.
Sure?
Like, bro, just think about it. Lock in and think about it for a second.
Okay, I'm thinking.
Sukuna uses his domain expansion.
Okay.
Right as he uses domain expansion with all his might. Right after he does that, Fuga, he pressure cooks the entire world.
Brother, his domain has a range of 200 meters.
What if he could do a binding vow to increase its range,
And then what?
and then he pressure cooks the world?
And he loses his life in the process?
Hey, at least he destroyed the world.
Okay, bro. I guess it would be possible.
Just like how Yuki's planetary.
Yeah, but that's not because she skills to the attack. That's because her technique is broken.
Nah, she's multi-continental, physically.
I guess if you condensed an entire continent into a cube, then yeah, she would be. But there's no way her attacks reach all that distance.
No, like her punches and kicks, those are multi-continental.
Okay, bro. Next. next, bro. Yeah, dude, JJK is not Dragon Ball, bro. These guys are not.
I fail to see a problem with this interpretation.
They are not like solar system level, bro. Let's not.
Wow. I mean, Gojo is.
Gojo isn't, or Gojo is?
He is.
He is solar system level?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Miki says, is
that
Gojo
one panel of
planetary?
him
Would
shooting a hollow
purple be
purple
able to
through
reach
Jupiter?
the center of the
that
Earth?
it?
It
Not
became
see
weaker
that?
after some distance. Yeah, I don't think it's reaching the center. I mean, if he shoots like one purple a day, I guess he could eventually do it. But it's not like he can do it in one attack.
No, you can't. You it's shown on panel. The hollow purple making a hole in Jupiter and Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, all of them.
Ah, yeah,
All
like
those
the One
planets.
Punch Man panel. Yeah, I got you.
No. It was definitely in Jujutsu Kaisen because I googled Jujutsu Kaisen manga and I saw that.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So what was the last part of the story that you heard? Are you caught up to my rewrite?
What do you mean? Like, have I read the actual story?
No, no. What was the last thing that we discussed?
No. What are
Okay,
you
you don't
discussing?
remember. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It doesn't matter.
Wait, about we were hold on. Let me think. Let me think. Give me a second. Let me cook. It was about like Maharaga rabbits,
okay, okay,
the
cool.
sign on the rabbits.
All right. Then you're up to date on this page, or at least to the top of it. So yeah, I just said in the meantime while you were gone, I just said like in the time skip, Kenjaku passed over the authority to start the merger to Megami. That's how Megami starts it. And then he starts the merger, and then the merger is something new. It's a hybrid of flesh and curse. And it's kind of like Choso, but the next level to that. And that's why the foreign countries can see the merger. And then they try to nuke it. That was a great addition by Miki. And then they fail, and they get scared off. And that wraps up the military plotline. Got it?
Yes.
Hold on, your voice just turned very low.
I'm on my computer now.
Oh. Say something?
Let me check. And actually, it's hot in my room.
Okay. So they try to nuke it and fail. What is the next thing? Okay.
Is Gojo planetary? Like, purple? Yes. Yes, Gojo's planetary. Consistently.
Okay, bro. Dude. The merger? It's ever evolving, right?
I love how you're just ignoring what I'm saying at this point.
Yes, I have to because this is insane.
It's bro.
So,
You have to be paying it. Like, you have to be reading the panels as intently as I am. Clearly.
Right.
Like you have
My
to
bad.
read the
I'm just a
little,
pleb.
little
I didn't.
tiny text that
Yeah.
that Gege writes in their hair.
Yeah, I'm not a Gege historian like you are.
Exactly, bro. You didn't know that when Gege was 18, he said some racial slurs to his teacher, and then got kicked out of school.
So, using Tengen's knowledge on barriers, because the merger inherited Tengen, of course. So it should have Tengen's memories. So, or at least Tengen's knowledge. So, using Tengen's knowledge, the barriers? Honestly, now it sounds like the start of Evangelion. Down with throwing nukes at it. 2, it has an AT field. You can't harm it. I don't know what AT field is. I haven't watched Evangelion. But yeah, I like the premise. This burnt guy got the right idea. Nice of you to join in the stream, Burnt.
Yo, that guy in chat, he's spitting.
He's spin. Gojo Planetary, he's spin. Okay. I don't want to get too sidetracked. Using Tengen's knowledge of the barriers, the merger widens barriers even more. To planetary level. There we go. That's our first planetary character. Not Gojo, not Sukuna. The merger.
Wait a second. That's not consistent.
It is now. It's a rewrite. So the merger widens the barriers even more. And absorbs all the people. What did I just do? Holy. The people. Except sorcerers. Worldwide. And the exception to the sorcerers is because they can block the merger with their own cursed energy, like they were speculating in the series. We're just gonna go with that premise.
That'd be real awkward if it just sucked up the sorcerers. It'd be like, well, series done.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. But you know, like Yuji got like his awakened state during the Sukuna cycle. Lamo, you just made the end of Evangelion. Ha! Really? That's so funny. I haven't watched Evangelion. That's so funny. That's actually crazy. Okay.
Also never watched. I've heard it's really good though.
What did you say?
I've heard it's really good. My friend in computer sciences, he watched it recently. He said it was amazing.
Oh. All I know about it is like the meme of the main character sitting on a chair looking depressed. That's all I know.
I know nothing.
Okay. Mech suits, right? It's a mech anime. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Neon Genesis Evangelion.
So,
People look really ugly.
bro, it's like an old anime, but you can't judge the art style from then and compare it to now, dude.
Bro,
That's
I
not fair.
can because
not
the
fair.
people in old anime don't always look ugly. People in manga don't look ugly. His head is shaped so strangely.
Dude, that is not fair, bro. That is not fair.
Bro, even the people in OG Dragon Ball look better than this. Why are their heads shaped this way?
You know what? Maybe you're right, but it is still not fair.
I mean, I disagree.
If you are interested, look at the old one before the remake movies. Alright, I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
I mean, the remake movies. Or movies.
Yeah, I think they remade it, maybe? The old anime looked good, it's just weird frames. Also, Dragon Ball Z had weird proportions in certain episodes. Yeah, it did, it definitely did.
Oh. Well, I haven't watched the anime. I've just seen the people, and they look better. Except for Master Roshi. He looks weird. I mean, no, that's because it's Master Roshi.
Yeah, Jackie Chan.
What is it? An OG.
Let me wrap this up. Dude, okay, you know how Yuji got his awakening during the Sukuna cycle because of the black flashes, etc.? Well, now, instead of it being an awakening that's forced upon him, he's gonna have like this introspection, and that's gonna make him not necessarily gain another awakening, but he's gonna learn how to use his powers better. And that's because of like all of how he's like losing so much around him. And I don't know the exact terms of how I would get there, but it's just bullet points, of course. But I would just have it that Yuji is like, this is his main character moment now. He is the solution to the merger, and he's able to separate everyone from the merger because of his ability to split souls and his ability to now use his domain expansion. And I don't know how I would formulate this, but you know how like the merger is Tengen at some point says that Tengen is everywhere and nowhere within her barriers all at the same time, and she's only maintaining the state because of the barriers. Otherwise she would like go on a rampage. So I would say that the merger is the same. Whenever the merger is inside of its own barriers, it's like self-contained, but it's also everywhere and nowhere at the same time. So then I would just have Yuji be able to use his domain expansion. If he does like an open domain or a closed one, it doesn't matter, because he's still going to be able to trap the merger, or at least a part of the merger in it. Either way, since the merger is everywhere and nowhere at the same time. It's weird, it's kind of convoluted, but...
Have you seen The Flash?
Have I seen what?
The Flash, the CW show.
Yeah.
Have you seen season 4?
I've seen all seasons.
Okay. The way that I imagine this going, it's kind of like the ending of season 4. She's like running up, you know, what is it called? How like the Flash running up the bow satellite, and then Yuji does a big old punch, a big old super punch, like a binding vow where he sacrifices all the power that he's ever gonna have, like a Gon type binding vow. Punches the what is it called? Like the merger creature, and then it blows up. All the people get spit out back to where they were.
Yeah.
Laying on the ground. He has no more cursed energy, and the story's over.
Yeah, I was gonna go in a similar direction to that. Maybe not word for word, but I would have it. I agree with you that I think the merger, or at least solving or ending the merger, should be the solution to Geto and Yuki's question of like how they end the cycle of cursed spirits. Because they're like, you could either kill all non-sorcerers, or you could make everyone a sorcerer, right? And if you merge with Tengen and you come back out, you have like the same thing as like how Yuji gained muscle memory from Sukuna and everyone else that swapped souls with him, etc. So I would just have that everyone around the whole globe now, after getting spit out of the merger, would now quote-unquote be a sorcerer. Not necessarily in actuality, but they would no longer be producing cursed spirits. And boom, there is another plot line that we just wrapped up with that.
Noted.
Right? I'm saying, it's like, this is a shoehorn. I don't necessarily know how we would get to that point, but I think that point in and of itself, it should have been in the story. Right? Or maybe I'm tripping.
Yeah, they definitely should have like solved what Gojo and Yuki were trying to do. I don't know if they would have done it like in the confines of the story or like some extra material or something.
Yeah.
Like they should have done it. Because Yuki and Geto are pretty like big characters, especially Geto. And so like for his ideology to not be like addressed at all at the end of the series is kind of crazy.
Exactly. Miki said that maybe like a blood manipulation domain expansion. I think that could work too. It wasn't just leaving only sorcerer though. Yuki thought the solution was Maki and Toji. Yuki wanted to achieve human potential without curse energy. Yeah. We could go like a route like that too. But like, I think, look, heavenly restrictions are never explained in the series how someone gets them. They just say it's placed on you at birth, but how that works is never revealed. But I think that you need to already be a sorcerer, or at least at the very least have cursed energy. And because you need the heavenly restriction, it was revealed that heavenly restrictions count as a binding vow, and binding vows are made with cursed energy. So without cursed energy, you can't do a heavenly restriction, I think. Or at least the potential to have cursed energy. And so you would need to first make people sorcerers, and then you could go like another step further and making people physically gifted by choice. I don't know how y'all feeling about that.
Like how, like after everyone is released from the big like super Tengen merger creature, whatever, that could have taken all of its cursed energy. Like it could have taken the cursed energy from everyone in the world, so humans just wouldn't be born with cursed energy anymore.
Also, there was another plotline that I think could be used, but I was kind of unsure of it. You know how we said that the blob Kuna, the poo Kuna, is still there? He still exists?
Mm-hmm.
And I had in brackets for now. I was thinking, but I didn't know where to put this into the story. But there was this theory that Megami's 10 shadows would combine to become the 3 sacred regalia, or the 3 sacred treasures in Japanese mythology. And that Sukuna was going to use that to revive his original body and then go into that. Or something along those lines. and obviously that didn't come to pass. But if we have Pukuna, then I still want to incorporate him into the story and have him, like, him be the end. Because there are like a couple of ways you could have the final scenes be. I think for sure Yuji needs to be in it.
The theory of like creating the 3 regalia of Japan. Like the closest thing that I heard was, you know how Megumi has like a, what is it called? Like a vertebrae or something in his domain when he summons it, like bones. What I heard is that that would eventually, like the more he uses domain, would turn into like a big skeleton.
Yeah, the Gashadokuro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miki mentioned it
That's
too.
like the closest thing that I heard.
Yeah. Oh,
Yo,
yeah.
here they go. What a great guy. You should donate and then tell Shiny to give me the money.
What the heck?
That'd be real cool of you. I'm kidding, of course.
Okay, good to know. You said humans do have curse energy, it's just that normal people have less. Because Tengen was hoarding it all, or at least that's how I understood it. Yeah, humans do have cursed energy. Tengen wasn't hoarding it, Tengen was developing it only in Japan. But humans do have cursed energy. But I wonder if it's enough to make like binding vows. I don't know how that works. Again, that's why I said it's like kind of an unknown factor, because we don't know for sure in the details how heavenly restrictions are made. Because like, why would someone choose to make their child as disabled as Kokichi / Mekamaru was? Like, bro, you're just hindering your child at that point.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
Like, I could understand making your kid like Toji and Maki because they're awesome, but like Mekamaru, that'd be trash.
Yeah, but like, imagine taking away their brain processing power in exchange for them being something else. Like, why would you do that?
Maybe you're just a bad parent.
I guess.
Maybe they just wanted Mekamaru to control robots for them so they can make profit, but then like died or something.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, Yuji using his domain would have I don't know if I would go the heart-to-heart route, because we already had that with Sukuna in the real story. And that was kind of good. So maybe I wouldn't, bless you. Maybe I wouldn't do a heart-to-heart. Say maybe just his domain separates the souls and everyone becomes quote-unquote sorcerers. Is able to separate souls of the merger. And then Tengen officially dies in this process.
I don't think the parents do that. Maybe something like an old curse put on the family by someone else, or maybe cursed feelings manifesting as a curse, or newborns. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird, right? It's weird.
Very strange. Heavenly restriction should have been like elaborated on more, because it's very strange that some people are just born disabled like that.
I know. And in fact, I don't think that parents put it onto their children because of Ogi. Because Ogi's whole life was ruined because Maki was useless.
Yeah.
So why would you knowingly do that to yourself? No?
Maybe it's like a natural thing that happens, like how children are born with deformities or something. They could just like naturally be like,
yeah,
not generate energy.
I guess so. Yeah, it could be.
Wouldn't like retcon anything.
Some people were thinking that heavenly restrictions were tied to fate, because you know how like no one was ever able to tame Mahoraga So they were assuming that you needed someone who was physically gifted, because the physically gifted makes you immune to cursed energy sensing, and so they would be able to help you beat Mahoraga without it noticing that you're cheating the system.
Mm-hmm.
And like, what if Kokichi's was tied to some unknown fate that we don't know about? Yeah,
I'm
maybe it
pretty
is just
sure
really bad luck. I
the
don't know.
heavenly restriction people are like specifically stated to like defy fate.
No, but that's only for the
Oh,
physically gifted, because they're immune to cursed energy, and apparently fate consists of cursed energy. That's also another thing that I was like, really? How does that work? It's just said once and then never again. And then as a finale, I would have like an epilogue, just like how we got the epilogue now. It's cool and all, but then after the epilogue, I would do a post-credit scene. And I know it's really, really cliche, really cheesy. I know, but in this post-credit scene, Yuji is like, I don't know, he's like early 20s. It's been a couple years. They've been through the COVID pandemic. It's been a couple years, right? So Yuji is in his early 20s. And oh, that looks horrible. I'll do a apostrophe. And he faces off against a new Mahito being born. Is that bad or not? Because if we have that her spirits are like gone, this would be like the last incarnation of Mahito, like the remnants being born.
I don't know if I'd like that you like face off against a new version of Mahito, but maybe it's like a little cutscene where you see like a hand or something and it has stitch marks on it.
Okay. You could keep it mysterious. Mahito is Oob, just reincarnated evil, but now good. No, bro. Also, welcome to the chat, Josh. Welcome.
No, it's him.
I
Why
like
is
Yuji
he
versus
here?
Mahito. People were theorizing that the merger would be Mahito, but again, yeah, just for fun. Yeah, I like that idea that the merger was Mahito. In fact, I have a video about that on my channel. I was talking
Josh,
about how
by the
Mahito would
way,
come back and
I
he
enjoy
never
his
did.
presence.
What?
I'm telling Josh that I enjoy his presence. And me saying ew wasn't serious. At least I don't think it was serious.
Him being Oob is pretty cliche. No, it isn't. Cause Mahito's like the personification of all of humanity's negative energy.
What the hell is Oob?
Oob is the reincarnation of Boo.
Well, let me Google this thing. If this is ugly, I might be mad because I really love Boo.
It's like the little kid. The guy with the mohawk.
I hate kids. This is the reincarnation of Boo?
Yeah, he reincarnated in a human.
This, you have to be joking.
Nope. It's real.
This is the single ugliest child I've ever laid my eyes on.
Okay, bro.
I would train in the hyperbolic time chamber for 20,000 years to vaporize that thing.
That's just evil.
Yes. And it's evil that someone thought that should exist. Don't fuck with Dragon Ball fans. They don't read/watch the show.
Literally. That's you, bro.
I'm not. I like the characters in Dragon Ball because they're cool. I like Boo.
You're getting roasted by Josh in the chat, man. You gonna take that?
What did Josh say? Why he knows so many ugly children to compare him to? What do you mean to compare him to? I just called him ugly. I don't know many children, so I'm just saying out of all of the children that I've seen, which is not many, that he's the ugliest, and that he deserves to be vaporized. Actually, Vaporize is too generous. She needs to suffer for existing.
Okay, bro. This is too much.
Am I wrong? Look at this thing.
Dude, chill on Oob, bro. Chill.
No, Oob deserves to die. Why is this thing real?
To be fair, Toriyama loves drawing the mohawk style. I love it. I like that haircut. It's cool, man. It sets him apart. Actually, it doesn't, but it does at the same time. I like it.
Oh my god, there's fan art of it being like... Oh, I hate this. I hate this a lot.
Because Supreme Kai also has the same type of haircut. It's cool, man.
I'm seeing Super Saiyan Oob. This is better because it's just Goku, but black.
Huh?
I'm seeing a Super Saiyan
Yeah,
Oob
I heard
fan
you,
art.
but it's like, what?
It's just Goku with dark skin. He doesn't have the mohawk anymore.
Oh.
There's
Then-
Goku with dark skin, the black
that's
vest,
not
the pink
Oob.
pants. Yeah, well, I mean, this fan art would beg to differ. Oh, I'm dumb. It's a fusion of Oob and Goku.
There we go. It all makes sense.
My reading comprehension is not the best.
I think people have been noticing. But
I
yeah,
ban you from your own stream.
let's see. There should be a little bit of room to add a few stuff.
Alright, now when are we drawing this and releasing this being arrogant as fuck?
Mohawk better than Killmonger hairstyle for sure, 100%.
That you can't agree with that. There is no way you agree with that.
Dude, the comb over dreads, bro. Come on, bro.
Okay, on Killmonger it looks great.
It does.
people started spamming
But
it,
I
it
mean,
was
like,
crazy.
yeah. Why did they start spamming it? There's no reason to spam it, bro. Every
Yeah,
single game and
I
movie
get
has
it's
it.
not a crazy, like it's not even a crazy hairstyle. I don't know why so many people did it. But on Killmonger, it's fantastic.
It is.
I've never seen. Oh my god, I'm dying. I've never seen a mohawk that looks good.
Never?
Never.
Okay.
I've seen a hawk. Hawk's mohawk is terrible, especially a recent hawk. That's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Mohawk is bad. Those are the only people I remember with mohawks. Mohawk characters. Okay, there's a god of destruction with the mohawk. This is disgusting. Oh my god, the people with mohawks look even worse. Silver Surfer guy's terrible. Supreme Kai with the mohawk. The mohawk itself's not terrible, but his head looks so big.
Dude, I just thought of another thing in the rewrite.
What?
Okay, you know how Yuji never actually gets to have a conversation with his mom?
Yeah.
Because the only time he ever, like, actually meets Kenjaku is during the end of Shibuya, and then they never meet ever again. So, like, he's just oblivious to his origins and stuff like that. And, like, the Wasuke is the actual twin of Sukuna's soul. Blah, blah, blah. Have Kenjaku come back to life in the story, and then have them close out that plot line.
Mm-hmm.
And the way how he comes back to life is that he knew that because Kenjaku is like shown to be a guy that has plans for plans. He's the guy that preps, right? He's the guy that if you give me prep time, I'm never losing, right? How did he get away from how did he lose to so many Six Eyes users and still live, right? And I'm wondering, like, how does he do it? Does he just get away, or does he have plans? Does he have backup plans? So now, what if the backup plan was that he already separated his soul and made it incarnate into another person, right? But he was still acting as himself in the meantime.
So it's like a karma marking.
Yeah, essentially. Because Sukuna does the same thing. So he takes off. He puts his soul into Yuji's pinky finger. He rips the finger off, but even though his soul has already left his body, he's still in control of Yuji until he reincarnates into Megumi.
That's genius, actually.
Right? And then there's another thing. The cursed objects, they don't actually activate until a seal is removed. That's how Kenjaku does it at the end of Shibuya. Normally it doesn't work like that, it just works when you ingest it. But Kenjaku specifically works with seals. So just have this seal go off at the moment that Kenjaku's or Geto's heart stops. That is the contingency. And then the sealed cursed object with his soul in it would reincarnate into a different person as soon as he loses to Gojo. That way he can still come back into the story in a weaker body, so he's not a threat, but he's still back. And Yuji gets to close out that plot line. What are you thinking?
I'm liking that. Too bad.
Right? So... What?
I was confused.
Oh.
For a quick second. Cause I thought there was someone else in chat. That was you.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Now there's dog count on that shirt.
So, where would I insert that into the story, though? Would that be part of the epilogue?
I guess that could be, like, right before the merger, maybe?
Before the merger? So, like, you see him incarnating before the merger, but the reveal or the payoff is, like, after?
Yeah, I don't know. This is definitely an interesting idea to toy around with. I think you would go like maybe right before them. I
actually like that.
I feel like after they like defeat the merger, then like Kenjaku doesn't need to be in the story anymore, because like he just wanted to like, that's like the only motivation that we know of from him, that he wants to like see what would happen when he does the merger.
Yeah, but that's perfect.
Like outlive usefulness.
That's perfect, because if he comes back and he sees the merger, and regardless of whether or not he's pleased or disappointed, he is no longer a threat because he achieved his goals. Even if it didn't work out in the end, you know, he still got to see what he wanted to see.
That's true.
So I'm messing with that. I would do that he comes back right after Gojo takes care of him. Kenjaku smiles and quick cliche idea before the finale. JJK goes on a hiatus. Oh my god, bro. For 3 months? Dude, that is typical Gege fashion.
3 months is diabolical.
Kenjaku smiles and tells Gojo that it's okay because his contingencies are already in place. We then see random person whose body, is it whose with an apostrophe? No, it's whose body gets taken over. And then at the end, Kenjaku returns now in his new body. Uh, satisfied having seen his. How long has Kenjaku lived? Like 1500 years? Let's just say 1500.
Yeah. Wait, when was the Heian era? Because we know he's at least that old.
It doesn't matter because he was friends with Tengen in the Nara period, and the Nara period was 1300 years ago. So at the very least, he should be 1300 years.
Then.
So I'm just gonna let's stick to 1300.
Yeah, I forgot the Tengen was after Sukuna somehow.
Satisfied after having seen his 1300 years of life work come to life. Life's work, dude. I can't. I'm tired.
You know what would alleviate some of that exhaustion?
Ending stream?
No. Well, yes, but Blue Lock Rivals.
Blue Lock Rivals?
Yes.
You mean FIFA?
No, I mean Blue Lock Rivals.
Alright, bro. If this was CLICHÉ, would the Takaba fight still happen, or is that the same? Is Takaba ability strong enough to beat the rewrite? Yeah, the fight still happens.
I feel like the Takaba fights should be the same.
Yeah, it still happens. It just happens during the Sukuna cycle. So we chose to go with Route 1. Route 2, I'll just make that right because we didn't really like it.
We need to name the routes.
I just call them 1 and 2.
I know. We need to name them, not number them.
Why name them? What's the point?
Because it sounds cooler. Like, if you've seen ReZero, they have different routes for Subaru, and they have, like, all the routes have names.
I have not seen ReZero, but okay. I'll have to take your word for it. But, yeah, it just happens during the Sukuna cycles. In this timeline, Takaba goes in solo. He has this fight with Kenjaku, and he's expecting Yuta to back him up, but he doesn't come because Yuta is still helping heal Gojo. So then he beats him, but he can't kill Kenjaku. So that's kind of how I would do that. Because I think Takaba is one of those characters that he still deserves a little bit of love, you know? He still deserves to have his arc. I thought those chapters were cool. You know, it has like a weird position in the story, weird placing, but you know, he did deserve to have an end to his character arc. He reveals, Kenjaku reveals mysteries.
My favorite fight.
Yuji's origins.
What an interesting choice.
Dad. Yeah, probably my favorite fight in JJK, to be honest. Really? Okay. I wouldn't say that's my favorite, but I like it.
Crazy opinion.
I think, what was my favorite fight? In terms of the anime, it's definitely the Choso versus Yuji one. I really liked that one. It was really well done. And for the manga, it's probably Gojo versus Sukuna.
Gojo versus Sukuna, fantastic. As a vehement Toji Glazer, though.
Are you a
My
Toji
favorite
Glazer?
fight has to be Toji. Yeah, obviously. I said that for the fight. I said that for the.
Oh
end of the
right,
series.
yeah. You are the
That's
Toji
like
Glazer.
it. If I wasn't a Toji Glazer, I'd just be dumb for saying that.
Dude, I'm low-key satisfied with this rewrite, dude. It's pretty bad, but it's also pretty good. I don't know. I'm liking it, but I think it fits the goal of being cliche. Should I just do like a quick summary from the top, or just leave it at this?
Yes.
What do you think?
summary, and then Blue Lock Rivals.
Summary Blue Lock Rivals, bet. So, just to summarize, these changes are all from starting from chapter 221 onward. So everything that's prior to that is completely fine. We're not tackling that. So to start off, Kashimo tries to sneak Sukuna during the time skip because he can't wait this long. He's way too impatient. Then we shall, in that fight, confirm that he has a double binding vow, which is that the one that he could only use his curse technique once. That the second binding vow that he could only use the curse technique on Sukuna. Those two things boost the power of his curse technique tremendously. It makes him OP, and then he has a good fight with Sukuna, but ultimately it parallels Mekamaru versus Mahito in the sense that Sukuna has enough time until the Shinjuku Showdown that he recovers fine, and it doesn't have any effect on the actual battle, just like how Kashimo kinda in the real story didn't have any effect on the battle. Then we move on to during Gojo's opening Hollow Purple, Nobara uses resonance on the finger to mess up Sukuna's ability to protect himself while he's like blocking the purple. It's revealed that Gojo wanted to postpone his fight for a month to set up as many grimy plans as possible. And then most of those plans we see in the Sukuna cycle. But part of that was that Nobara woke up a little bit earlier and she got to make this plan with Gojo. And then this forces Sukuna to use his one-time revival early versus Gojo, so that Gojo can actually get to have his fight with the full form, true form Sukuna. Sukuna in this version of the story would not lose the 10 shadows for no reason upon transforming into his true form. Then Gojo ends up beating Sukuna regardless. The path that we chose was that Sukuna learns the world cutting slash just like normal, he ends up cutting Gojo just like normal, and then everyone jumps in at once instead of Kashimo going first, and then they have their little Sukuna cycles while Gojo is being healed in the background, instead of Yuta going into Gojo's body long after he died. Then, in the end, Gojo comes back, and Yuji, as the final sole survivor being left on the battlefield, then teams up with Gojo to beat him. Yuji gets to have his little heart-to-heart with Sukuna, all the same. That's all fine. Then, Gojo swiftly takes care of Urame and Kenjaku with ease, since he is way stronger than them, and it doesn't matter how weak Gojo at this point in time is, since we know that the weakened Gojo was still miles ahead of Yuta and Hakari both, which was the reason why they couldn't step in initially in the real story. So he should still scale way above Kenjaku and Urame. During Gojo's fight with Kenjaku, while taking care of him really easily, Kenjaku smiles and tells Gojo that it's okay because his contingencies are already in place. Keep in mind that contingencies are plural. We then see a random person whose body gets taken over as Kenjaku reincarnates into them. Then, after all the Shinjuku Showdown is said and done, Yuji separates Megumi and Sukuna. Yuji asks if Sukuna wants to go back to Yuji and declines. And Poo-kuna, or Blob-kuna, whatever we want to call him, is the end result. Just like in the real story. And he will die as such. Then we have a weak time skip, or maybe just a little bit of time. It doesn't really matter how big the time skip is, but we have a little time skip here and there. So after the time skip, Megumi wakes up and he reunites with Nobara and Yuji, but they notice that he's changed. He's not the same as what he was before. Gojo privately gives his speeches to the trio about what happened, about what was originally in the letters. So he gives Yuji his speech about choosing a different path of strength, and he gives his speech to Nobara about her mom, and Megumi learns about how Gojo killed Toji, his dad. Then, with the dad being the straw that broke the camel's back for Megumi, so we have the bath plus losing Sumiki plus Sukuna's mental influence plus Gojo killing Toji, thus messing up his entire life. This all in combination together makes Megumi turn evil. So Megumi gets mad and he fights Gojo. After Gojo is killed, Oh wait, after Gojo killed Sukuna's Mahoraga, Megumi made the rabbits inherit its power. So now the rabbit becomes rabbit totality, and I call it Maho Rabbits, just for short so people understand what I'm referring to. With all the knowledge and influence of Suguna, Megumi finally completes his domain and kills Gojo with it, and he uses an adapted sure-hit Maho Rabbit's attack. Then Gojo gets to give his final speech about him being happy he lost to someone strong, and that he doesn't die old, etc. And he also gets to make an obvious parallel to what he was saying when he got sealed in Shibuya about how the next generation has it from here and he trusts them. And then it's revealed that during the 1 month time skip, Kenjaku passed on the authority to start the merger to Megumi. So it's retroactively revealing certain things about the past. So after Megumi kills Gojo, he feels cornered, he feels suicidal as he normally always is, and he starts the merger. The merger is something new entirely. We've seen a little bit before in Choso with curse and human hybrids, but this is the next level to that. So the merger is like a cursed spirit manifested through flesh and bones. It starts out like an uncontrollable blob, and it keeps morphing like it's evolving, getting smarter, getting better, getting more refined, etc. So the merger kills Megumi in the process of its rampage in its initial stages. The next generation fights the merger, but they end up losing very quickly, despite them all being pretty strong, of course. And then the foreign nations are able to see the merger because the merger is now manifested through flesh and bones. And they try to nuke it because of how scary its rampage is, but they fail. And that causes them to kind of be scared off of Japan and the merger, and it ends that whole plotline. So the merger is still ever evolving, and using Tengen's knowledge of the barriers, the merger widens the barriers even more and absorbs all of the people, except the sorcerers, of course, on a worldwide scale. Yuji, using his domain, is able to separate the souls of the merger, and Tengen officially dies in the process. There might be like a longer fight in between this, but again, this is just bullet points getting to the points that I wanted to tackle. And then Kenjaku returns now in his new body that we alluded to earlier. Satisfied after having seen his 1300 years' life works come to life, or come to fruition, he reveals the mysteries behind Yuji's origins and what happened to his dad. And then we have like a little epilogue, similar to how what we got initially in the real manga. So we just kind of get like little short stories. I think those are cool. It's fine. We can have Nobara meeting her mom and her grandma coming and stuff like that. We can have the Sukuna backstory with Uraume. We can have all those little epilogues. They're cool. It's fine. And then after that, we still have a post-credit scene. And it's a flash forward where Yuji is in his early 20s and he faces off against a new Mahito being born. And we can potentially keep it mysterious, so it's just a hand that is forming, or it could be an already formed baby Mahito, but you know, it's the new one and it's going to be the last one, because at this point everyone in the world has now become quote-unquote sorcerers, so they should not be spawning any more cursed spirits. So this Mahito that's being born will be the last one, and this would then parallel back to the end of Shibuya, where Yuji is kind of telling Mahito that no matter how many times he reincarnates, what form he takes, Yuji will always be there to end him. So yeah, that's the cliché rewrite. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let's see what Miki said. Just one last thing I want to know before the stream ends. When JJK was still coming out, have you ever tried looking at Japanese theories? A YouTuber called Milk would talk about the most popular ones. Milk was a Japanese YouTuber and only spoke Japanese, just to be clear. No, I actually never looked at the Japanese theories because I was still like learning. I still am pretty bad at it now, but I can read it a little better now. But JJK is actually what got me started on trying to, or wanting to learn Japanese. Now I can read it pretty decently. It's not good yet, but so no, I was never able to look at their theories. And especially if he only speaks Japanese, that makes it a little bit harder. Because at some point, I think I tried looking for content that they make. But because they have like the strict copyright laws, their content also is sometimes really boring. So, no offense, of course, but yeah. It's just they don't have any supplementary imagery. Because if I watch like a video from Jaded, for example, there's so many flashing cards, there's so many quick edits with like manga panels, and it's very entertaining to watch. And theirs is more like a podcast setting. But yeah, it is what it is. Burnt, you got anything to say?
The person in chat's name is Miki, right?
Yeah.
Miki, goat. What a goat. Being interactive.
Yeah, I love it, love it. Thank you for chatting with us. Of course, it is always appreciated. It's always welcome. Love to see it. Some interaction makes the stream better. So yeah, appreciate you. Yeah, man. See you later. Also, go back and read chat real quick. Yeah, Josh stopped by. Thank you, Josh, for watching. And of course, Burnt, you also are here, so thank you for joining me.
Of course, of course.
Alright, I'll see you later.